Peace, 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 peace. World, what is going on? Happy Friday. Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. My name, of course, is Substantial, and welcome to the channel, man. Apologies for the delay. I explained why sometimes that'll happen and why this show will be a little shorter going forward. But yeah, man, regardless, I'm happy to see you. I'll remind y'all what's going on with that in a second. But man, shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Clap it up for all of y'all. Paul came through out the gate, man. Thank you, Paul, for the super sticker. I greatly appreciate it, brother. Sorry that you won't be able to join for the whole show, but definitely, man, you can always play it back later. I appreciate you, bro. Greenface, I am sorry, sir. You had a great run. You had a great run. All good things come to an end. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that Paul came for your streak. You know what I mean? But man, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great holiday and stuff. I hope all of y'all who, those of you who celebrate, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Those of you who don't, all love, man. I still hope you had an amazing Thursday. Shout out to Stephanie Gale, my sister from another mister. Love you like cooked food on any day of the week. You know what I mean? Soul Tiger in the building. Happy Friday, fam. Good to see you. Good to see you. Joshua in the building. Peace, Josh. What's going on? Hope those beautiful kids are doing well. C Cruz. Peace, family. Good to see you back up in this joint. Happy Mochi, ladies and gentlemen. Clap it up for our sis. Yeah, man. Happy Friday to you. Good to see you. Hope you had a great holiday. And yeah, man. I know, man. I know. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. So for those who don't know, part of the issue is it's a good problem to have, but I recently started a new gig. I am now know the title. I am now deputy director of Words Beats and Life, a really awesome hip hop education organization that I've been serving with for the past 4 years or so as an educator. Business classes with them. I've also collaborated with them numerous times as a performer, and but first and foremost, I wanted to, outside of saying peace to y'all, I wanted to let y'all know what we're doing today. So today we got a couple things going on. We are, of course, I'm gonna remind you of some things that are happening in the near future, and then we're gonna talk about Salt and Pepper. You know what I mean? Which, by the way, the remix is now streaming on all platforms. So if you're on Spotify, if you're on Amazon, you're on whatever you're on, it's there. It will be on Bandcamp soon. Normally I post things to Bandcamp first, but man, the week has been crazy. It's the holiday season, so you know what time it is. Also, man, we're getting really close to the 10th anniversary of the first Winter Breaks project. That's insane. Like to even think about that, man, it's crazy that it was 10 years ago when that first Winter Breaks project hit. And so yeah, man, just crazy to even think about that, man. But man, I'm just happy that the project has become such a part of people's holiday routine and all of that. So shout out to my brother from another mother, my man Marcus D. Really, really happy that we've created such great music and built such an awesome legacy, and that that people, man, run like when this time of year comes. Like we're a part of their tradition now, right? Of their routine for the holidays. That's just super dope. Ousted Peace. Good to see you up in here, fam. Welcome, welcome. Joshua with the quick question says, I tried to listen to Bottom of My Heart on Patreon and it couldn't find the song. Looks like it got removed or something. Huh, that's interesting. All right, I will look into that. Thank you for the heads up. Definitely do me a favor, because sometimes I'm gonna take a note of it now, but sometimes it's easier to refer back to these type of questions or things that I gotta fix when I get it via email or maybe on like the Discord or something like that versus the live. because we'll go a lot of places, and then by the time the live is done, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to write down some of the stuff we were supposed to do. So yeah, man, definitely, if you can send me a message about that, I will be sure to look into it and make sure that's resolved. Hold on, trying to fix something else because I just realized something isn't happening in the background. Boom. Let's make sure that is added. So do me a favor if you're watching right now, and try to refresh this video, because there should be a link that pops up at the bottom that shows a fundraiser if you don't see it already. I just wanted to point this out to folks so you know. But yeah, under this video, you should be able to see a thing that is about the organization I work with, Words Beats and Life. So it's an opportunity for y'all to support the work that I'm doing outside of supporting my channel. So when you donate to Super Chats, you support my channel, you're supporting the music I make. But if you donate to that link under that says donate now, support hip hop education, you were donating to the organization, the nonprofit that I serve under. That's Words, Beats, and Life, who have been in existence for 22 years. So definitely take a look at that when you can. No pressure, maybe a little bit of pressure. Okay, all the pressure. But yeah, man, never mandatory, but always appreciated. Shout out to the homie. Hold up, where is my... Yo, this joint's tripping. Okay, I found it. There we go. Shout out to the homie David. He says, can't listen now, gonna catch the recording later. All love, man. Thanks for coming through the video too. It was dope to see a supporter, one of our supporters, one of our own, who's in the chat, actually in the music video. So shout out to you, bro, for coming through. It's there once refreshed. Dope. Okay, good. Thank you, Steph. All right, I see a donate button for the fundraiser. I think it's working there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great, great, great. So yeah, you'll see that pop up under a couple different videos. It's under this video. It's under the Salt and Pepper video. It's under the video for the long route, which that video was shot in Uganda while I was working with Words, Beats, and Life. So they co-sponsored that video. But yeah, man. Dope. Peace. Everybody got to head to work earlier, so can't stay. All good, man. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? See what it is. We get to that time of year and can't nobody hang with the kid. You know, it's all good, man. I appreciate you. All right. So let's get into a couple things. If it seems like I'm all over the place, because I'm literally pivoting from my work brain back into my rapper / YouTuber brain. So yeah, man, making a lot of transitions over here. Hey, dope. I'm on break. Got nothing but time today, my man. All right, cool. So let's get this up on the screen so I can get these reminders going so we can jump into the big thing we're doing today. All right, let's fix that screen. Go gadget. Hold up. There it is. Boom. All right. So first and foremost, before I tell you about the event or remind you about the event, if you haven't liked this video already, if you haven't shared it, please do so. Make sure that you turn on notifications so you don't miss these videos and stuff like that. And if you haven't, make sure you join our Discord, man. I think last I checked, we are only 2 away from 130 members. And that means we're 22 members away from finally reaching 150. So, man, consider joining the Discord. We have a lot of cool conversations over there talking about all types of stuff other than just, hey, Stan got something new coming out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to one of the guys who posted about, they were posting about Ford Mustang, this particular model that I've loved for a long time. And it's crazy because my brother-in-law drives that. So when I stayed with them last winter, I actually got to drive that particular car he was talking about for like a good 2 weeks, which was dope. But yeah, man, we talk about all types of things over there. I can't remember if I posted about it, but I don't think I did. But my favorite car, muscle car in particular, is a 66 Chevy Impala. Most people have seen that car. I think what was the TV show? Supernatural. That's where most people have seen that car. But when I was younger, I used to make model cars with my father, and that particular car was one of my favorites. You know, you see the Super Sport joint, Chevy Impala Super Sport Turbo. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. Definitely one of my goals to have that, man. And yo, thank you for the reminder, family. Also, happy Native American Heritage Day. Absolutely, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, but definitely, man, if that is a part of your culture, and I mean, hey, man, if you're in the United States, it's a part of this history, whether you like it or not. So yeah, man, shout out to the indigenous people of this country, you know, man, and their amazing history, and you know, and all of that, man. I appreciate you for bringing that up, bro. Thank you for the reminder. Steph says, I must ask, be honest, how many times did you replay GNX? Talk about that in a second. You ain't gonna throw me off yet. You ain't gonna throw me off yet. All right, let me plug this event, and then I'll give my quick thoughts on that. So just a quick reminder, December 10th, me and Marcus D at Circus in Tokyo, performing with the homie Nitsua, also performing with DJ Rio, aka Smooth Current, my man Takumi gonna be in the building, and many more. We'll have merch. We'll be taking pictures, kissing babies, high-fiving, chest bumping people. It's gonna be awesome. I don't know where you're gonna be, but you might want to get a ticket and come through. You know what I'm saying? What? You live in Albuquerque? That's a bit too long of a flight for you? No pressure. You come on, you got it like that. You got the money, come through. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But anyway, it's gonna be a great show. December 10th. Hope to see you there. All right. Let's keep it pushing. Also, for those of you in and around ATL, in and around Georgia, or people who make long trips for amazing conventions, you can catch me at MomoCon this May 22nd through the 25th. I'll be performing with a lot of other dope people. Javier Starks will be in the building, as well as the homie Alan Z, as well as J Live, as well as Asheru. Also, we got who else is coming through? Superstition is coming through, man. So whole lot of real hip hop gonna be in the building that night. Whole lot of bars. So many bars. So many bars. You don't want to miss it. It's gonna be dope. All right. Frank, what up, man? Dope to see our regulars in the building, man. All right. What else we got going on? All right. I think I'm gonna take this off for a second because I'm gonna address what Steph asked about, and we'll keep it pushing. Okay. So check this out. I'm sure everybody or most of you have heard Kendrick's new project. As far as how many times I've replayed it, I would say probably between maybe 5 to 8 times. I don't know if I've played it more than that. Definitely, man, you know, it's Kendrick. Kendrick is pretty consistent. I would argue he has probably one of the best discographies in rap music. You know, of course, if you don't like Kendrick, then that's up for debate. But I think, you know, just non-biased, I'm clearly a Kendrick fan. But I think that if you can put your bias aside, whether you're a Kendrick fan or not, I think most people would agree. People who were like serious fans of rap music and can kind of outside looking in not even outside looking in, but as a member of the culture, as somebody who's a serious fan of rap, it's hard to argue that this dude doesn't have one of the best catalogs in rap music. His streak has been pretty amazing. So this record, I feel like is no exception. It's not necessarily my favorite record from Kendrick, but that's usually the case when most of his new albums drop. Like, it takes a minute to kind of be like, yo, how do I feel about this in comparison to the others? So I'm going to circle back to that. But out the gate, it's not like one of my favorite albums from him. However, when I love it, I really love it. When I love it, I really love it. Of course, Whacked Out Mirrors is fire. I like the Heart Part 6. I like Gloria. That joint's fire too. Luther. Hey, I just want to point out, I don't know if I said it here on the live, but when I played the album for the first time, I told my wife, I was like, yeah, this is going to be the biggest song on the record. A couple homies, I think Mega Ran was saying in one of the group chats we're in, he was saying that TV Off was going to be the big one. and then of course, Squabble Up, because most of us had already heard it leading into like the biggest song of probably going to go down as biggest song of his career, and Not Like Us. And so with that song leading into the videos, of course, that song's like one of the most popular records. But I think it's pretty dope that like, the day it came out, I told my wife, I was like, this Luther record going to be the biggest one. And sure enough, I went on Spotify last night. I was checking to see if, my single for the remix of Salt and Pepper by Kokai was up. And then I was like, I wonder, see what how Kendrick joint doing. And then I go over there, and sure enough, man, Luther kind of took the lead. And so it's dope seeing a song that hasn't been pushed as a single yet organically like become like one of the most popular songs, or if not the most popular song on the record. But I kind of called that, man. Like, first of all, if anyone here has never listened to Luther Vandross's music or went online to watch clips of this man singing, fam, treat yourself. It might not be your favorite. Like, if you're not a person who listens to a lot of old school R&B, or you're not a person who grew up like, as a Black American, right? African American. If you didn't grow up like with your parents playing that around the house, like, then it might be a different experience for you hearing it later in life, right? So it's nostalgia for me. But that aside, man, this dude has one of the best voices of any singer, any genre. Like, he has a beautiful voice, man. So hearing that song, if this world were mine, like hearing it, I was like, I don't even know what's gonna happen next. I don't even know. But Luther, you starting with Luther, man. Listen, I already knew. I knew. So it's dope seeing that, and then of course he got SZA on it too. So it was a wrap. It was a wrap. You know what I mean? Like that song they did for the Black Panther soundtrack is one of the biggest songs that he dropped previously. Man, peace to King Be Cruel. Good to see you up in here. Somebody got to do it. Yeah. Are the lawsuits as crazy as I think they are? All right, so keep in mind, they're petitions right now. They're not officially lawsuits. But, it's pretty insane that we're at a point in rap that people are considering suing over what went down in the battle. I'm going to give my take on this, and then I'm going to keep it pushing. Yes, Luther is fire. Like I said, one of my favorite joints on the project. Kitty has a perfect run. Yeah, I mean, listen, that might be debatable for some, but I'm right there with you. He flipped that sample flawlessly, 100%. Hey, peace. Welcome. Hey, got the missus in the building. That's what's up. Whole squad. Yeah, but as far as my opinion on these lawsuits, right, and what's going down, and keep in mind they're not lawsuits. They're petitioning certain information so that they can consider whether or not it's going to be a lawsuit. I'm gonna say this about it, and then we got to keep it moving. I think this is ridiculous on a lot of different fronts, but largely I think it's ridiculous because ultimately, let's say that let's do the hypothetical thing. Let's say that he's right. Okay, let's say that Drake and his team are right, and that's what the company did. If they did do that, do you honestly believe that they've only done this for Kendrick if they've done this before? Right? Drake is the biggest artist, or one of their biggest artists. What's the likelihood that they did something like that for Kendrick exclusively and not did that and at no time has done that for Drake, arguably like one of the biggest artists, right? Even though, his brand is taking a significant hit. I think Spotify, he was number 7 at the beginning of the battle. He was number 7 in the world, all genres. And I think Kendrick was like 17 or something like that. And so right now Drake is 13. And I think Kendrick's only moved down 2 spots. And it likely is going to continue to go up with the new release. But it's just a ridiculous, those accusations I don't feel like it's super far-fetched, but what makes it ridiculous to me It's not even the fact that, like, you know, you're trying to potentially sue someone over a rap battle, over something that happened in a rap battle. That's, hey, bro, that might be the softest thing I've ever seen happen in rap music. Right? And I ain't the dude out here that really care about the tough guy stuff. But I'm like, bro, you lost so bad that you ready to sue, especially when you were egging the dude on. You asked for this. You asked for this. So careful what you wish for, boys and girls. Careful what you wish for. But yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, man. But to me, I always point out, what I've pointed out several times, is I remember when the Scorpion album came out, and I remember logging in to Spotify, and I just was blown away by how many different playlists I saw that switched their face, switched the cover image to Drake, right, to promote that album. Now, keep in mind that's partly because the three majors, they own 3/4 of Spotify, right? Like, so Spotify revenue that comes in, 3/4 of that goes to the top three labels. So that gets divided up 25, 25, 25, right? And I remember one of the craziest things that happened in that moment was like, yo, there was like some Spanish music or Latin music playlist. And like they had Drake's face on the cover of that joint and included one of his songs. I don't know what song it was. I listened to that album one time and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And I'm not a Drake hater. I've definitely listened to plenty of Drake music and stuff and like some of Drake's music. But yeah, in terms of like the overall quality of the stuff he's put out over the years, it's been going down for me personally for a while. So yeah, man. But I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, hey, man, they're doing all of this stuff to make sure that this song is bigger than. I'm like, oh, you mean basically what they've done for you time and time again? Okay. Well, I got it. It's okay when they do it for you or when you do it, but it's not all right, right? Like when someone else do it, right? Like, which is like, even with the defamation thing, it's like, okay, he called you a PDF file, right? You call him a domestic abuser. You basically accuse this dude of beating his wife, and on top of that, said that his best friend and manager fathered one of his children. That's okay though. That's all right. Okay, got it. I see what type of person you are. Got it. Yeah, man. Character. It's not something that it's something that feels like it's in short supply sometimes, man. I don't know. Anyway, keep it pushing. On to other things. I'm gonna read these comments and then we're gonna start this breakdown. In my opinion, Kenny has a perfect run. Yep, read that already. Luther is fired. 100% agree. Yep, I saw these comments. Hold up. Hey, what's going on, Colin? Welcome. Commenting to see my name up there. I got you. Boom, welcome. All right. And you claim you fed him information. Right. Come on. These are just some of the different things like that they could basically argue back, right? Is like, okay, if he did do that, if you did have a problem with him doing those things, then why would you give him the information you gave him, right? That's absolutely a major hole. No pity for BBL Drizzy. I live 5 hours from Toronto, and the type of guy Drake was made out to be on the ground level, I'm not surprised. Word. What up, nephew? If you dish out a lawsuit for losing rap battles, you need to take the L and move. Man, listen, it's crazy. Drake, the newest member of the Player Haters Ball. Hey. And as I sip my drink that I'm sure somebody spit in, if you know the reference, Shout out to Chappelle Show. He wants all the positives of the culture and none of the pushback / negatives that come with it. Guess that's what happens when the metaphors don't reach you. Woo! Bars. I made that point on Threads this morning, man. It's an excellent point. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Same to you, fam. Hope you had a wonderful holiday. All right, so let's keep it pushing. Couple quick things. Let's get this up here. So, if you didn't know, new music out right now. the latest single has just dropped. My remix of Salt and Pepper that was done by legendary producer, Grammy nominated producer, my brother from another mother, hands down one of my favorite artists, maybe top 3 artists in the DMV for me personally. Yeah, my favorite 3 artists from the DMV are probably YU, Kokai, and Joe D. Those are my favorite artists from this area. We got a lot of amazing artists. Of course, shout out to Priest the Nomad. Shout out to Odyssey and many others. You know, Stephanie Gale lives here too. She from here, one of my favorites as well. But definitely my top 3, probably the ones I play the most, whose stuff I'm not on like every one of their songs, is definitely those 3 brothers. And Kokai, man, is absolutely one of the most versatile. Yeah, so shout out to him, man, because I'm gonna tell you before we jump into this lyric breakdown, what's really impressive about this remix, right? Let me just talk about the legend of Kokai. Number 1, if you are not streaming Kokai's music or have never bought any of Kokai's music, and you're a person that says you like to listen to a wide variety of stuff, right? Not just rap or hip hop, I highly recommend you checking out Kokai. Kokai literally had a punk band called the Caesars, put out a whole project like that. He's a part of was a part of a jazz trio that toured the world. God knows how many cities they've done, probably like 30 plus cities or more, probably way more than that actually. I mean, he's one of the first people I've known that had to get additional pages sewn into his passport. Like, this dude's ridiculous. But he was a part of this jazz trio where it was strictly improvisation. So hundreds of shows, they never did the same show twice. You know, and yeah, what made it really amazing, this particular remix, and on Adultish 2.0, which is going to come out after the new year, he has the most remixes on it. And this is why I send these acapellas out to all of my amazing producer friends. So if you see that certain producers are on here, it's not because their remix wasn't as good as some of the homies. Part of it is because some of them didn't participate. And that's fine. No love lost. We got lots of other collabs, and I love these brothers and sisters. But Kokai, man, he opened up the joint. I think I sent that out on a Thursday night. He opened the files, the acapellas, on Friday morning. He tells me that his wife and kids were out of town. So he proceeds to remix the entire album. He remixed all of Adultish in a weekend. Keep in mind, at that time I sent him the joint, he hadn't even heard the album yet. So he pushed play on Reed Richards and then stopped within seconds and was like, yo, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Because I gave the time signatures, I gave the beats per minute and all of that. And he proceeds to remix the entire album in a weekend. Right? 10 new beats that weren't made already. And did this strictly by listening to the acapellas. Legendary. Yes, I will put Kokai's name up here for you. Boom. Right there. Highly recommend you check out Kokai's work. He has a lot of dope stuff, man. A lot of dope stuff to check out. He got you prefer instrumental music? He got that. He's the reason why one of my songs he's the reason why a song that I did with him and Tone Deaf is in one of Kevin Hart's films. Laugh at My Pain is a song that we did called 95 that is in that film. But yeah, man, that's the homie. He's also part of the reason why Substantial Art and Music exists as a company, because he's the one that leaned over and whispered in my ear, you need to be consulting, because that's something he's been doing for a while. Most notably, he consulted and used to assist with Gold Link, notable artists and stuff from the DMV. So he's helped with his projects over the years, man. But yeah, Coke makes me angry in a happy way. Yes. Oh man, that's insane. Remixing an album in a weekend. Yeah, man. Yeah, legendary. All right. Frank says, oh yeah, that DK joint was so much fun, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. I didn't listen to it yet. Okay. All right. So look, Well, if stars align, Kokai should be a guest star for future Substantial Weekly. Yes, he should. Fun fact, he was actually on Substantial Sundays back in the day. You know what I mean? Heard about Kokai briefly in a Tone Deaf special. Yeah, man. Hey, I cannot co-sign Kokai stuff enough, but I'll definitely do what I can to see if I can get him up here for a show or have him, just zoom in or something. But let's listen to the remix. And then after we listen to the remix, we will do this breakdown because I am running short on time. All right. Let's get this plugged in. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what we're about to hear right now is the official remix of Salt and Pepper by Kokai. Grammy nominated producer, awesome brother all around. All right, so here we go. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna mute this mic and get these tunes rocking. Here we go.
Beard God status. Activate. Beard God status. Activate.
Here we go.
Shout out to all my bearded brethren. From that young stubble to that strong black on black. And that wisdom and experience that you get with that. So I'm a beard.
Living legend ain't gotta die. Breaking flexing ain't gotta die. Truth is free, I ain't gotta lie. Come get this wisdom, I got a lot. Salt and pepper, oh boy, you season. Fresh for nothing, don't need a reason. She season too, my old babe. Cool and sweet, she sorbet. Always, all day. Been in good hands, all state. Should've been new to forte. Old boy didn't come to play games with it. From the everyday used to slap plagiarists. Too great to hate, too authentic to fake. Trailblazing, made my own lane with it. It's seafood sub, the most dangerous. Y'all seafood subs with the drinking chips. I'm a four-course meal stamp with golden seals with no tour or deal. I make bank with it, come bang with it. Y'all show y'all ass, but ain't second shit. I'm way different. Got room to grow, I'm still learning. Y'all cash is ass, I'm still earning. It's all love and I'm serving. 2 decades of drive without swerving. Enjoy your moment. I'm built to last, my folks have spoken. Old man Logan, sub to Ronin. No master, sit the ones I'm owning. Grown man flowing, let me learn ya. Focus, you too concerned with the Look at all that wisdom, yeah. Look at all that wisdom, Look at all that wisdom. Oh, you like that? Come get some. Look at all that wisdom, yeah. Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that wisdom. Oh, you like that? No fear, did it my way. Flip my beard like pie May. Went from no one over my name to sold out shows in Taipei. From up and coming to classic status. AI precise with this apparatus. Stay ready, game steady, you talk and practice. Carry that weight like Spike and Atlas. Came up with assassins on mics. Hats off the vice, I black out the night. Let me better take notes, forever get better from dope. Y'all do the most, while I get paid at my sleep. Ironically, I'm still woke, whoa. I learned from young and the old, oh. I'm mastering the flows, yo. Building these bridges while sharing my vision. If you wasn't hit, now you know, whoa. Bet all the fiction, I handle my business. Your man's only mission is growth. Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that wisdom, yeah. Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that wisdom, yeah. Oh, you like that? Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that
Man, I feel like whenever that joint drops, like it's hard not to move to that joint. Both versions, right? The other version, the original version, which I produced, of course, is like a lot more jazzy. It was hella fun to make, man. Like I had a lot of fun producing that, the original version. But this version, man, like it's just so different. So many textures. I love how percussion based it is, like, but still feeling like full. Like it's not, like, to me, it doesn't feel like it's missing anything. Even though it's obviously not as melodic, right? Like, but God, man, like the different types of percussions, all the layers and stuff, but then the synth bass that he puts in there. And when that comes in, and I know a lot of people don't, a lot of people listen to their music in cars, and a lot of people don't as much, right? Like they're listening on phones and places that don't really have speakers built to really show how dope like that track is and how good it feels. Oh my God, bro. Like, yeah, man, when he sent me this, I ran it back so many times. You know, my wife walked in on me listening to it in the kitchen that morning, and I was just like, God, man, this is crazy. Hot damn, feels like I was fighting millions of dudes like Neo. Yeah, man. Shout out to Coke, man. Shout out to Kokai, yo. Crazy. I was in the middle wearing nasty work. Pretty good remix. I prefer the original, but this take on it is neat, man. All good, all good. That's the dope thing about remixes, man. Like, you still got the original version. I feel like that even with films, when they remake it and people get mad, they shouldn't have touched that. I'm like, yeah, but sometimes it really like gives you a different look at something you are already familiar with. And the dope thing is, whether you like it or love it, you don't lose the original joint. And like, it, for me, it doesn't hurt to have that alternate version, right? And so, yeah, man, I love what he did. Right? Oh, man. The synth bass was so necessary. Yeah, I love how in the video, which we're about to watch right now, as I do the breakdown for Anatomy of a Verse. We got to get to that because I don't have a lot of time left before I got to get back on this JO. But yeah, man. But oh my God, like I love how in the video you see Black Root playing the didgeridoo, like right when the bass drops. Oh my gosh, chef's kiss. But anyway, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let's fix how this looks. We're gonna do this right here at the stage. Hold up, we gotta pause that there. Not yet. Let's remove that. Because I gotta make sure I do this right. So we do that. We'll fix his background. We gotta set the mood. We gotta set it up, make sure it's proper. Hold up. So let's do add the stage. Yes, there we go. Got it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for us to get into another episode of
Anatomy of a Verse.
All right, first and foremost, shout out to everybody watching live. My name is Substantial. We're about to break down my song called Salt and Pepper, produced originally by me, featuring Marcus D, and also featuring Black Root. This is from the album Adultish, which is produced by me mostly, has some additional production by the homie Tone Deaf, who mixed and mastered it, and features a ton of amazing artists. This song in particular was one of the first songs that I did for the project. And yeah, man, and honestly, one of the more unique songs on the project too. But right now, we're about to go through both verses from the track, including the chorus, and break down the lyrics, all right? While watching this amazing video directed by the homie Dimitri Max. So let's get into it. I was at tour. So it was good. It was a lot of fun, man.
That's good. That's good. I know you got some new music for me.
Oh yeah, man. We've been cooking, man. We got a music video, you know what I mean, for Salt and Pepper.
Oh, let's get it popping.
All right, here you go. So, real quick, before we get into the lyrics, let's just point out something. That beat that you're hearing playing in the background, that's available on Bandcamp. It's only available on Bandcamp for my project called Keep Cooking. And it's a bonus track that's only on Bandcamp because of the sample in it. But yeah, man, in case anybody was like, man, that's dope, I want to hear more of that track, that's where you can find it. But let's go ahead and get to it.
Beard God status. Activate. Shout out to all my bearded brethren. From that young stubble to that strong black on black. And that wisdom and experience that you get with that.
Living legend ain't gotta die. Breaking flexing ain't gotta die. Truth is free, I ain't gotta lie. Come get this wisdom, I gotta lie.
Hey, okay. So, Pete, out the gate it says, living legend ain't gotta die. Gray and flexing ain't gotta die. So, I love one of the dopest things about the English language, which makes it super tough for people to learn because it borrows from so many different languages. But there's a lot of different languages, but in particular with English, where there are so many words that mean different things depending on how you spell it or how you use it in a sentence. And so living legend ain't gotta die, ain't gotta physically die, that don't have to, pass on. But then gray and flexing ain't gotta die, right? Truth is free, I ain't gotta lie. Come get this wisdom, I got a lot. Out the gate, what this song is really about is about celebrating growing older. You know what I mean? In hip hop, in particular, hip hop, we don't always do a great job at lifting up like those who came before us. We're in this weird place in hip hop where people oftentimes talk like somehow speak as if the legends gotta get out the way, like they're keeping opportunities for from certain people. It's a weird place, right? That like the culture's in. But I also feel that sometimes, man, the older heads in hip hop, we don't always do a good job at making growing older look cool, right? Making it look like something you should be looking forward to. And so really when I made this song, that was what I was going for. Also, fun fact, when I made this track, it really started from me beatboxing in the foyer of my place. I was getting ready to take my daughters to school. My oldest to school, and the youngest, I think she was in daycare. And as we were leaving, I literally started beatboxing the drums and the bass line to this beat. At that point, I hadn't even started making it, but I just kind of did like this Baltimore club influence joint. I started doing that, and they started like dancing. It woke everybody up. We were having fun. And as we start walking down the hall, I was like, yo, I need to make this beat. So I recorded myself beatboxing into my phone, saved the audio memo, came back from dropping my daughter and got to work. And not too long after that, we had the song Salt and Pepper. Also, you'll notice that the chorus, forgot to point this out, the chorus that is going to come back up, it is not a sample. To be clear, it is not a sample, but it is inspired by the legendary rap group Salt and Pepper. Make sure we give them all their flowers. Amazing rap group, 2 MCs that happen to be women who were super dope and also very beautiful. Had a super crush on them as a youngin'. So they had a legendary song. They have a legendary song called Push It, which in Push It, one of the things you hear early in the song is salt and peppers here, salt and peppers here is what they say. And so what I did was I flipped salt and peppers here. I basically recorded a rough initially of me saying salt and pepper beard. And I recorded that into the keyboard and then edited a certain way. I sent that to Black Root because I knew I wanted him to be on the intro of it. The reason why I chose him to be on the intro is because Black Root is a legend for his beard game in the DMV, outside of being an amazing artist. And the reason why he says beard god status, when you hear him say beard god status, that also connects to this this brand that we're working with called Smitty Beard Essentials. They have a shirt that says that he wears in the video. So he's just showing you all the different connections, man, all the gem. But yeah, man, let's keep it going. Here we go.
Salt and pepper, oh boy, your season. Fresh for nothing, don't need a reason. She seasoned too, my old babe. Cool and sweet, she's sorbet.
Yeah, man. So what was it? Like the line. So yeah. It says salt and pepper, old boy is seasoned, right? So obviously making that play on like we use salt and pepper to season our food. So salt and pepper, old boy is seasoned. Seasoned as in, I've been around the block. I've been here for a minute, right? We often refer to people who are older and been doing a particular thing for a long time or have been here for a long time as seasoned. So salt and pepper, old boy is seasoned. Fresh for nothing, don't need a reason. In other words, it doesn't have to be a special occasion for me to want to look nice, right? Or it doesn't have to be a special occasion for me to deliver my best, to show you why I'm great at doing what I do. It's like, it ain't even me trying to prove anything to anybody. It's just who I am, right? Like, I like to dress a certain way. I like to rhyme at a certain level consistently, no matter what the project is, whether it's DK Raps for 2024 or it's salt and pepper, right? Like, there's a certain level for me that's necessary whenever I do what I do, and that those are my standards. So no need to read. Then I bring the missus in. That was my actual wife that you saw in the video, where it says she's seasoned too, right? She's of a certain age too, and then I call her Old Bay. So that reference, like seasoning. Old Bay is a popular season that is made in Baltimore, Maryland. And it's like, we always put it on our crabs and stuff like that. And so that line, saying that my wife is seasoned and then calling her Old Bay, but not Old Bay as in B-A-Y, but B-A-E, right? She's my Old Bay, right? But then connected to the actual seasoning, but then specifically mentioning that seasoning because I'm from Maryland, you know what I mean? But then the bar after that, I was like, cool and sweet, right? She's cool. She has a cool demeanor. She's a sweet person. And then I say she's sorbet, right? Cool and sweet. She's sorbet, just like actual sorbet, right? You know what I mean? No, sorbet, no. But then still flipping it. Tough crowd. See what I'm saying? I be rapping, son. But anyway, let's keep it going.
Always, all day, been in good hands all state. Should have been new to forte. Old boy can't come to play games with it. From the era they used to slap plagiarists.
So, where it's like, always, like all it says, well, been in good hands all state, right? Like, so probably one of the most simpler punchlines in there. Instead, like you're in good hands with all state. You're in good hands all state. But I'm also basically, but the way I'm flipping it, that's like the obvious part. But all state as in when you state something, right? When you state something, you're saying something. So I'm saying that all state, like all people who are familiar with what I do, all of them be like, you don't know about substantial? You should have been new. Like, you should have been known who this dude is. Like, anyone who's been following my track record as an artist and been with me a long time, when they come across somebody, and this is what people tell me, it's like, when they come across somebody who don't know, the ones who are real fans, man, super fans, are oftentimes excited to kind of put them on. And then it's always interesting when they meet a person who they feel like should have known, right? Like based on what you like, you should definitely know who this artist is. So all state you should have been new to Forte. And then after that, the bar goes, old boy and come to play games with it. Again, making reference to like being older, but old boy, the actual movie, like he was not there to play games, fam. Like that scene when he goes down the hallway in the movie Old Bay, killing all those dudes, is insane. So old boy ain't come to playing games with it. From the era they used to slap plagiarists. So the era of rhyming that I grew up in, right? Like, I wrote my first rhymes like late 80s. You know what I mean? I wrote my first rhyme when I was 10 years old. So that was 89, right? When I wrote my first rhyme. And yeah, man, I didn't go into rapping lightly because of the fact that, like, man, the people who I saw rapping, they took it very serious. And like, I was okay just being a fan of it. It wasn't the people who I looked up to were so amazing that I didn't feel like it was something I could do. It wasn't until one of the big homies encouraged me to try it that I actually took a stab at it. Because, like, people took it real serious, like, not just on some, like, they fighting over rhymes, but, like, man, you hear the stories from New York of people getting, like, snatched off stage, people getting hurt in ciphers, this, that, and the third. Like, if you wasn't coming with it, you couldn't just be out here just playing around with it. Everyone who I knew that did it, that were considered themselves a serious rapper or a serious MC, they did not take it lightly. So, I feel like that's a valid point. Like, when people see how serious I take the craft, it's like, you got to understand what I came up seeing and what I come from. You know what I mean? What the pedigree is, Yeah, man. He points out, totally missed the Old Bay reference and Maryland connection. Substantial is the best ever for Maryland, man. But shout out to Maya. Hey, shout out to Maya. That's all I'm going to say because I love my wife. All right. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Damn, I was born the year Stan wrote his first line. Hey, that's what's up. All right, so let's keep it going. Hold on. Just adjusting this volume on my end.
Too great to hate, too authentic to fake. Trailblazing, made my own lane with it. This seafood sub, the most dangerous. Y'all seafood subs with a drink and chips.
All right. Too great to hate, too authentic to fake, right? Like, that, man, I really feel like when you know who you are and you understand that you're destined to do something greater, right? And that your life has a greater purpose and you're walking in that purpose. Like, when you're comfortable in that, like, you don't spend a lot of your time hating on what the next person is doing. It's something that my uncle said to me many years ago, right? Don't matter what they're going to do as long as I know what I'm going to do, right? And so it's too great to hate, too authentic to fake, trailblazing, made my own lane with it, right? Blazing trails, making my own lane. Next line after that, this section right here, man, it's, it's Sifu sub, the most dangerous. Sifu, right? Or Sifu. Basically your master, the person who trains you, like in martial arts and and kung fu in particular, your shifu. So I'm like a Sifu sub, right? Sifu sub, the most dangerous. Then I said there's Sifu subs with a drink and chips, right? And so I'm saying that, like, I'm this dangerous master of what I'm doing, and then I'm basically like, man, you are ultimately fast food, fam. Like, we're not the same level. You're seafood subs with a drink and chips. You know what I mean? You're a bargain meal, fam. Now, the bar after that goes.
I'm a full-course meal stamp for golden seals with no tour or deal. I make bank with it.
Yeah. So then it says, I'm like, so keep in mind the bar before says, you're a seafood sub with a drink and chips. I'm a full-course meal stamped with golden seals, right? Like a restaurant or a meal that's stamped with a golden seals, like one of the highest quality meals you can have. Stamped with golden seals with no tour or deal. I make bank with it. So I've managed my career in a way that even though I don't tour as much as most artists, and even without a record deal, I still make what a lot of these artists who are more popular than me make a year. And this is without me digging into all of the info, but I know these things from having different conversations with folks that I've consulted, other people who I'm like work with in the biz and stuff. And when you talk about money and this, that, and the third, people are oftentimes surprised what I've been able to do, considering I get so little press, considering my fan base isn't as big as theirs, this, that, and the third. And so how I've been able to kind of manage my career in a different way. I also don't spend the same type of money that artists spend to make my stuff be out there like at this crazy level where everybody knows me. Because a lot of people don't realize how much all this stuff costs. Think about it, right? Adultish still is a relatively slept on album, but the budget for Adultish ran me over $40,000, fam. All right. And that's for an album that a lot of people don't know exists. So when you see these bigger records that are everywhere, understand people are spending upwards of 50K even on some indie albums. And when you get the mainstream, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous, like how much this stuff really costs. So anyway, let's keep it going.
Come bang with it. Y'all show y'all ass, but ain't second shit. I'm way different.
All right. Come bang with it. Y'all show y'all ass, but ain't saying shit. You know what I mean? So not an overly complicated line, man. Like I love taking a song that has a deeper theme and has a more important message and filling it with lines that are really deep and thought provoking, but also little slick things, little slick stuff that kind of fill in certain bars from things. So like rappers showing off, like, so, you know, so many artists like, you know, flex or show off in a different way or whatever. And like in my community, when we were growing up, they call that showing your ass, right? You showing your ass. But what I love to point out is just like, yeah, man, you showing off, you flexing a lot, but you ain't really saying anything. So you show your ass, but ain't saying shit. You know what I mean? And that's a good majority of this industry, right? A good majority of the artists in the world. All right, let's keep it going.
Got room to grow, I'm still learning. Y'all cash is ash, I'm still earning.
Another one. The cash is ash, I'm still earning. So an urn, which you put ashes in, their cash is ash, I'm still earning, right? So like they're burning through their cash and I'm just sitting there collecting the ashes, right? This is what I referenced before, like artists who they're definitely investing in their career as they should, but a lot of times people do it blindly. They don't do the research. You got to remember, I teach music business classes. So part of the reason why you don't see me spending sometimes the same type of money on promotion that other artists spend is because it's not as effective as what people think it is. Like, it's a surefire way to make you popular, but popularity doesn't always equal success. Someone can be very popular and not be successful. You know, someone can be infamous as well, right? Like, you can be popular for the wrong reasons. So I'm not interested in popularity. I'm interested in maintaining and building my success and continue to be successful, but maintaining that, being successful in a sustainable way. So I'm not, you know, it's like hence that line or whatever. Their cash is ash, I'm still earning, you know. So earn, like, you know, what they put ashes in, but also earning as in continuing to earn money doing what I do. All right, keep it going.
It's all love and I'm serving 2 decades of drive without swerving.
A tennis reference. It's all love, right? Like, we're tied up, right? Love all, right? But then a play on the slang. It's all love. It's cool. It's all love, but I'm serving. Right? We might be tied up. We might be neck and neck. It's my turn right now. You know what I mean? So it's tennis reference. And then I point out 2 decades, over 20 years of drive, 2 decades of dedication and drive, right? Without swerving. A lot of artists are not able to do this consistently because of challenges they have in their life, because of challenges with record labels. Or sometimes, just let's keep it a buck, some artists just are lazy, fam. Like some people scared of hard work. And so there's a lot of different reasons why people swerve, why people kind of fall off the road, why people like jump lanes, you know what I mean? All of these different car references and stuff. So just pointing that up, like it's all love and I'm pointing that out. It's all love and I'm serving 2 decades of drive without swerving. I've been focused, man. I've been on my path. I've been on my grind. And I stayed the course, you know what I mean? And did it at my own speed. Let's keep it going.
Enjoy your moment. I'm built to last, my folks are smoking. Old man Logan, self-deroning. No masters except the ones I'm owning.
Yeah, man. Enjoy your moment. I love that line because it's so simple. Like, not everything has to be like super clever and witty. It's just like sometimes it's just boldness. Like, enjoy your moment. Right? Like, people point out up and coming artists, new artists to me all the time. Some of them I really think are dope. But the biggest thing, you know, when I hear these folks, when I hear them, even when I like it, I'll start to kind of look at how they move and different things like that. And everyone who does this has a moment. The question is, how can you extend that moment? How can you turn that moment and how can you change it from a moment to movement, right? How can it become something bigger than this one thing, right? How can you turn it into a movement, something that is bigger than you, something that potentially is going to outlast you? And I feel like whether people want to acknowledge it or not, I definitely started out with a moment, but I feel like what me, Nujabes, and all the artists that like came from out of that, what we built, the movement it led to, and then what I did with Q&5 and how we revolutionized like the underground, whether people want to acknowledge it or not. A lot of the things that are common practice today started from early foundation that we did via internet promotion when people were making fun of us for doing it, thought we were crazy for navigating the biz like that. And we see other people get credited for that a lot of times, and it's just because they're more popular and a lot of people saw what they were doing. But we've learned over time that a lot of people watch what we've done behind the scenes or watch from afar, and they might not say much to us, and sometimes we actually know these people, but they have bigger platforms, they got more resources, so they're able to take things we've done and basically reach more folks. But we recognize and we know like how pivotal certain things that we've done over the years has been to this industry, you know what I mean, whether people want to admit it or not. So again, enjoy your moment, but I'm built to last. My folks have spoken. Old Man Logan, Sub the Ronin, right? The line after old Man Logan, shout out to the Wolverine fans, and then Sub the Ronin, a samurai with no master, right? No masters except the ones I'm owning. So Sub the Ronin, no masters except the ones I'm owning. Masters, master copies of the music. I own over 90% of the music I've ever released. So that's what that references to. All right, keep it going.
Grown man flow and let me learn ya. Focus, you too concerned with the. Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that wisdom. Oh, you like that? Come get some.
Yeah. So man, like between the chorus and the bridge, like just adding some flavor to it, having fun with it. I mentioned that the Salt and Pepper Beard is a flip of us saying, Salt and Pepper Beard is us taking when we didn't actually sample what they said, but saying what they said, and they is the legendary rap group Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper's here, and then flipping it as Salt and Pepper Beard. But when I wrote the bridge, that look at all that wisdom, when I came up with that, huge grin on my face. I'm like, yo, I love this so much, man. It's such a simple thing, but again, like how it means multiple things. Look at all that wisdom, right? Like all that I've learned over time and how I've been able to apply it successfully. But then also, because I rock my grays proudly, because I didn't think I was going to live as long as I have, you know what I mean, and have so much to look forward to in my older age. A lot of young people aren't thinking about this part of their life. They're thinking about when maybe if you're little, like elementary and middle school, you think about what high school and college is going to be like, and maybe mid-20s to like early 30s at the most. But I feel like most young people aren't thinking past that. You know what I mean? When I think about myself, my younger self, I know I wasn't. Because quite frankly, I had so many homies dying around me. I didn't think I was going to live to be an old man or older man. So look at all that wisdom outside of saying, look at all that knowledge that or all of the experiences that they've acquired and how they've been able to apply it. But it's also, look at all them grays. Look at all that. You know what I mean? And for me, man, it's a badge of honor. It's the reason why I don't dye my hair. You know what I mean? Because again, we don't always get to see us. And when I say us, I'm talking about black men. We don't always get to see us grow older. And we don't always get to see us like celebrate that. And I'm not saying other races or other groups of people don't deal with that. But like, you know the history of this country and what the challenges are for black people in this country. And so, you know, I've lost a lot of homies, you know, of a lot of my peers and friends who've passed away. You know, some would argue before their time. Majority of the ones who died early, you know, whether that was when I was in middle school, high school, college age, and now, all of the ones, friends who didn't make it out of their teens, friends who didn't make it out of their 20s, friends who didn't make it out of their 30s. Majority of my friends, when I talk about these folks, majority of them are black men. You know what I mean? And y'all know I'm friends with a lot of different people, but majority of the ones who passed before their time are black men. And so that's the song it's a fun song, but it's about something very important to me that I feel is very serious, you know what I mean? And that's celebrating growing older. You might have seen some people on social media saying, like posting these things that I've been seeing. I don't think they've been somewhat viral, but, you know, posting these pictures of young black boys who were murdered due to police violence and stuff like that. And, you know, and it was like basically saying something like, you know, young black boys deserve the right to grow old. And yo, it hits me every time because I know that's what this song is about. This is like this fun song, but that's what it's really about. Like, I'm blessed that I got to grow old. A lot of my friends did not. And I'm going to celebrate because I need to make sure the youngins are looking at it and they got something to aspire to. You know what I mean? Let's keep it going so we can close out. All right? I'm going to stop it after this second verse ends.
Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that wisdom. Oh, you like that?
Yo, so the only thing I hated about that was that I felt that was like a barbershop joke, right? Like, I feel like everybody shouldn't have heard that joke.
Right.
Because everybody don't really understand how it sounds.
No fear, did it my way. Flip my bed like pie May. Went from no one over my name.
I guess I should let the bar finish. Hold up.
The sold out shows in Taipei.
Okay. So it goes, no fear, did it my way, you know. Shout out to rest in peace to the late great Frank Sinatra, you know. Legendary song. But like, I love that reference too. It's a subtle nod because, you know, like most of what I saw, most of the clips, when I think of Frank Sinatra, he wasn't this young dude, right? Like in most of the clips that I see, or most of the stuff that people reference from him, like he was already a man of like a certain age by the time I discovered a lot of the old stuff. And most of the stuff that people share from him, I feel like it's not him in his 20s, right? It's like him maybe 30s, 40s, blah, 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 and beyond, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, man, like that whole no fear, did it my way, right? I'm referencing I did it my way. But then the part after it, again, throwing the wit, having fun with it, flip my bed like pie May. Hey, if you're a fan of martial arts movies, Pai Mei is a recurring character in so many classic old school martial arts films by like the Shaw brothers and different folks. His character oftentimes appears as a man with a white beard, white hair and stuff like that, and you'll oftentimes see you know what I mean, messing with his beard and will flip it. And most people who weren't hip to the old school movies, they probably became familiar with this character when they saw Kill Bill. You know, when they introduced his character in Kill Bill Volume 2, I think it was, where you see the bride get her training and stuff like that. And oftentimes when he's talking to her or whatever, or listening, you see him doing the thing and then he flip his beard and then just kind of walk off. Crazy. So that's what the line refers to. All right, let's keep it going.
From up and come in the classic status. AI precise with this apparatus. Stay ready, game steady, you talk and practice. Carry that weight like Spike and Atlas.
Yeah, man. So there's a couple different references in there. Like when I say AI precise, you know, artificial intelligence, AI precise on this apparatus. Apparatus I'm referring to as the mic. But then I say stay ready, game steady, you talk. I was like, game steady, you talk and practice, right? We're talking about practice. Now, if you know the OG reference, like where that's from, remember the line a couple seconds before, or like seconds before, I say AI precise, right? AI, outside of artificial intelligence, what it also stands for, if you're a basketball fan, AI the basketball player, aka the answer, aka Allen Iverson, right? So AI precise on this apparatus. So AI as in artificial intelligence, but AI precise as in one of the nicest to ever hold a basketball, craziest handle ever in the game. One of the biggest cultural impacts we saw on basketball as well, AI. So you talk in practice, and then I say I carry that weight like Spike, Spike Spiegel, carry the weight, Cowboy Bebop reference. But then I say in Atlas, Atlas is holding the world, you know what I mean? So carry that weight like Spike and Atlas. All right, let's keep it going.
Came up with assassins on mics, hats off the vice, I black out the night, let me.
Thank you for pointing it out. My bad. I got to say all of that over again. Oh, my God. All right. My bad. Thank you for the heads up. All right. Cool. So back up real quick. What was, okay. Yeah, I got the Spike reference. Okay, cool. So I think it was, free my man. Yo, y'all are hilarious. All right. I got to wrap this up. Let me wrap this up. All right. So look, the part where I say, I came up with assassins on mics, hats off the vice, I black out the night. I think that's the part y'all probably couldn't hear. So came up with assassins on mics refers to the homie that those two bars are me paying homage to a great MC, really great brother. He was a part of the founding members of something called EOW. All right. EOW, end of the week, was like this open mic and also this MC competition called the MC Challenge in New York, and it's all over the world now. But man, Vice, the reason why I say assassins before that is because that's what Vice used to refer to, used to call the nicest MCs. He would call us assassins. So if you hadn't seen Vice in a minute, last time I saw him, God bless the dead, last time I saw him, he was like, "What's good, assassin? It's been a minute." Like, man, every time he see peace, man, what's good, assassin? How you feeling? Like, call you an assassin. Huge honor. You know what I mean? Because this dude knew amazing MCs, and so if he considered you cut from that cloth, that was a huge honor. So me paying homage to him, saying where I say came up with assassins on mics, hats off the vice, I black out the night. You know what I mean? That's what that refers to. Let's keep it pushing.
Better take notes, forever get better, I'm dope. Y'all do the most, while I get paid in my sleep. Ironically, I'm still whoa.
Okay, so like that whole joint, y'all do the most while I get paid in my sleep, right? So talking about like artists who are oftentimes doing too much, they're throwing everything at the wall, hoping something sticks. They're trying to do everything as opposed to really kind of focusing and developing their business in a sound way. Not, like I do a lot. Absolutely. I'm not going to pretend like I don't, but I'm very focused. Almost everything that I'm doing is hip hop adjacent or very focused around these specific things that I do, hip hop or art in general adjacent. And so yeah, man, like, so, you know, the line where I was like, y'all do the most while I get paid in my sleep. And then after that, ironically, I'm still woke. And then I follow it with whoa, because we're in this weird place where like people have hijacked what the word woke actually means. You know what I mean? Just to not be asleep, to not be blind to what's happening, right? To understand this, that, and third. Was the original meaning of the word. But now it's kind of takes on this negative meaning. So I flipped the whole, I get paid in my sleep, but ironically, I'm still woke, right? Because there's certain things I talk about that people who have an issue with people bringing up these problems and these concerns or whatever, like, oh, you on that woke stuff? I'm like, idiot boy. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Like, you know, so that's what that references to, and even the ad lib that's in the background, like, whoa, you know what I mean? Because there are certain people, like, I'm not stupid. I know that there are a lot of people who like my music, but I also know that not everyone who likes my music agrees with everything that I talk about, right? Or my political views and this, that, and the third. So I recognize there's probably a small part of my base, or maybe bigger than I think, that might be triggered by even referencing that. You know what I mean? And guess who don't care? This guy with two thumbs. So anyway, that's that line. Let's keep it pushing.
I learned from young and the old. A master at matching the flows. Building these bridges while sharing my vision. If you wasn't hip, now you know. Bet all the fiction, I handle my business. Your man's only mission is growth.
Man, so yeah. The end, I try to really go in with the flow, where it was like, but again, just driving home what the original message of the song is, you know, songwriting 101. Like, you know, I've established what the themes are, this, that, and the third. There's certain things I'm using metaphor, I'm using simile, I'm using all the clever wordplay, blah, blah, blah. But I'm never straying too far away from what the point of the song is. And so I close it out by saying, I learn from young and the old, right? That's part of having wisdom, is recognizing that, man, I can learn from anyone, right? And just because I'm older than someone doesn't mean there isn't something that they can teach me. Right? So being a lifetime learner and stuff. So again, I learn from young and the old, right? A master at matching up flows, right? And even that, like that delivery I'm doing, that how I close it, that particular style of flow, that's not something that people from my generation came up with. That's a style of flow that came up like in recent years. So me making that statement and then adopting a different flow, right? To kind of illustrate what I mean. So I learned from young and old, a master of matching the flows, sharing my vision while building these bridges. If you wasn't hip, now you know. You know, again, this is just driving the larger point of what this song is about growth, about like really just, you know, understanding where I'm at in my career and celebrating that. And then just reiterating to folks, it's like, man, if you don't really know who I am or know what I'm about, here's a reminder, fam. You know, and then those last bars, ban all the fiction, I handle my business. Your man's only mission is growth. So that's what this song is about. That's what it's always been about. It's about growth. It's about celebrating that growth. It's about celebrating growing older, counting our blessings, man. And yeah, man, that's the breakdown for Salt and Pepper. I hope y'all enjoyed the joint. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown, man. Definitely, you know, had a ton of fun writing this song. Really, really, man. Listen. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you a really, really, a real inside, you know, like a little inside thing that happened when I got the mix of this song. Yo, when Tone Deaf sent me the mix of Salt and Pepper, I literally teared up. And he was like, yo, man. I called him up and I was like, yo, F you, man. I was like, F you, I love you. That's exactly what I said to him. And he was like, oh, what'd I do? I was like, man, that mix is amazing. I'm honestly as happy as I am sad listening to it. And he was like, sad? Why are you sad? And I was like, and I said to him, I was like, because, bro, I wish I had the budget to make this song as big as it should be. just because of what the theme is, because of how great I feel like it is in terms of what, not just what I did, what Marcus D was able to add to it, what Black Root was able to add to it, the mix and additional touches that Tone Deaf added to it, and then seeing what the remix ended up being. Like, I don't want these songs to just be big for me. Like, I make every song and put everything into it, because you never know what's going to be the song that kind of goes over the top and becomes the biggest thing that you've made. But, like, you know, you want it for your folks as much as you want it for yourself. But more importantly, wouldn't it be great to see, you know, to see the story of a rapper who's been at it for years, but just kind of never really, quote unquote, got over the proverbial like hump, right? But still respected, still whatever, still celebrated. But like, imagine a song about growing older in hip hop, going against what we associate hip hop with, and being positive, but still being fun, still being something people can dance to, something people can move to without sacrificing substance. Imagine seeing that blow up, and like how powerful that would be. And so I told him, I was like, man, I wish I had the resources to make this song as big as I think it should be. So yeah, man, that was something real that went down like as quick as before the public had even heard this song. That was a real feeling I had. But I love the fact here we are. Jesus, song has been out since 2023. So it's been out for over a year. We just got the new video. People are loving the video. Thank y'all who've watched it. What I want to ask y'all to do is, if you haven't commented on it already, after this is over, man, head over to the video, check it out again, uninterrupted. Be sure to leave a comment. Be sure to like it. Be sure to share it. These are all ways that we help the quote unquote algorithm allow other people to see it, other people to get exposed to it. And man, if you're part of different Discord servers, other things online and stuff where you can share this type of music or whatever, please and thank you, man. It's greatly appreciated. It's one of the best ways you can support the artists you love and respect. You know what I mean? So that's all for today. I definitely went over the time. My meeting went over, so, you know, it made me start late. But yo, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all so much for donating too, man, to Words Beats and Life. If you didn't know, there is a donation button at the bottom of the video. You can definitely, or under the super chat, I should say, you can definitely donate there. And if you haven't donated to the channel and you'd rather do that, that's also an option too. Shout out to those of you who've been supporting, man. But I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all so much. Let me say peace to y'all, but real quick, check out these comments. Much love to your work, brother. Thank you so much. Soul Tiger, thank you, man. Hey, shout out to Colin. Thank you, man. Thank God. I think God made it what it needed to be, but that's just me. That's real. That's real, man. And yo, and sometimes that's enough, right? Like, not everything needs to be this huge thing to have impact is something I've learned. And I think that's the reason why I keep going, because I definitely don't rely on everything I'm doing to be hit records and smash this, that, and the third. As long as it hits the people it needs to hit and inspires those closest to me. I love the fact that the things I do potentially inspire people who are going to go on to do things way bigger than anything I could ever do. And that's powerful. And that's enough for me, man. But on that note, I'm out of here. Thank y'all so much, man. I'm glad you appreciated the breakdown. Next week, when I go live, I'll be in Tokyo, Japan, and I'll have, my man White Chocolate right next to me, my man Marcus D. So, yo, I'll see you from Tokyo next week, man. Peace and blessings to y'all. God bless, man. Take care, y'all. Love y'all. All right. Who made it to the end? Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Yo. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Yo. Subscribe, like, do whatever you like. Stay subscribed, like, do whatever you like. That's right.